And so gone will be the entire notion of being an amateur athlete. But why stop at college? How about Pop Warner football and Little League? How about youth soccer? How about endorsements for kindergarten Foursquare? Joining me now from Dallas, Texas, co-founder and chief strategist of GDP Advisors, Seth Denson. Seth, okay, you're in the heartland of high school football, right? You take your high school football pretty seriously down there. Think about this. You have California and you have Illinois now paying their college athletes effectively, right? I mean, that's what this amounts to, endorsements. It's going to be money. So when these universities come out and recruit in Texas, why would an athlete in Texas stay in Texas, go to the University of Texas or what have you? They would go to Illinois, they would go to California and get paid, wouldn't they?
It would make sense why they would do that, right? I mean, listen, the cynic and the, I don't want to say conspiracy theorist in me, but the realist in me thinks that the universities are kind of behind this deal, right? I mean, if they have this extra, we'll call it bullet in their gun to go get somebody and keep them on the hook. And you got to remember, a lot of these universities, they're banking on the revenue that these players are going to generate for them for at least 4 years. And when they leave and go pro early on, they lose that revenue. So I would not be surprised at who's behind the scenes really working this deal out.
But even if this is spread across all 50 states, we lose the entire notion of amateur athletes here. And who is the athlete playing for? Think about it, right? If they have a giant endorsement, are they really playing for the school? Are they playing for themselves? Are they playing for their teammates? Are they playing for the state? Or are they playing for the sponsor? And by the way, if that sponsor happens to be a little bit on the corrupt side, you know, I'm sorry, but this opens the door to all kinds of stuff happening down on the field, does it not?
It does, and you're opening up this whole new era of a very, we'll call it a young, immature person getting access to a lot of cash at an age in which they probably don't know how to manage that well.
Right.
And so you've got a lot of underlying issues that could come about through this process. We need to be careful of it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Back to the Federal Reserve, because we always have to talk about the Federal Reserve and interest rates right now. Everybody on the planet is saying that, hey, they're going to cut rates, I guess, a quarter point again here. I guess effectively, in a sense, the Federal Reserve has to cut rates here. There's a liquidity issue that's going on between banks right now, which is rather alarming. And then we also have this national debt that continues to grow. And if the interest rate goes up, then we have to pay more debt service on that. So, and then the economy itself. It's in great shape, it's in good shape, but it's not exactly roaring. So is that what's going to happen? The Fed's going to lower rates?
I think that they will. I think the underlying thought is that they're going to lower rates. Listen, the Fed, as we talked about, got a little aggressive in increasing those rates too fast, and now they're slowly walking that back down. I think this is the third cut we're going to see this year. Yeah. I think that's probably in line and should happen. The challenge that we've also got from a liquidity perspective is a lot of companies are hoarding cash, right? It's every time you turn on the television, you're hearing doom and gloom, and so companies are starting to react to that. You're going to will it to happen if we keep talking about nothing but bad things on the horizon.
Right, and also we have this tendency to gorge on debt. And if we keep adding layer of debt to layer of debt, both in the private sector and the public sector, at some point, debt's going to become due. Seth, thank you.